You guys are all Toastmasters leaders here to learn about teamwork. Please welcome Bart Merrell.
So like the intro said, I'm probably not the best person to be speaking about teamwork because I've never really had a real job where you work in teams. But I have done stuff that required teams and systems, one of which was taking the first commercial bungee jump to Japan. When you went into the bungee jump area as a customer, the first thing you would encounter was the cashier. Her job wasn't just to take your money. Her job was a little bit more important. She had to weigh you so that, and give you a color code and a number so that you were not put on a 80-pound cord and you weigh my weight, 230, because that wouldn't turn out well. So her job was pretty important. Then they would go to the harnessing area where they put on a harness, and then there's an upper and a lower part, and you connect them with this little strap. And it is also color coded. So the guy up at the top of the tower knows that not to put you on a thin cord. Then once you get up at the top of the tower, they take your little number and color code and connect you to the right cord. And then the next guy takes you and pushes you off. So there's 4 people involved in this. And if they don't function properly as a team, do their jobs, not the other person's job, or don't do their job, it could cause an accident. So there was one time where the jump master, who is the last guy at the end of this chain, is trying to help this girl jump off the tower. And she wouldn't go forward, so he turned her around backwards and says, okay, fall backwards. She wouldn't fall backwards, and it was just taking time. And this was a busy weekend day, so the line was building. There was a specific older gentleman who was kind of a know-it-all. I don't want to call him that, but he thought he could make things happen better than the other. So one of the things that you need in a good team is trust. He didn't have trust for the guy up top that he could get his job done. He was in the harnessing area, which is where he was supposed to be. He takes off and he runs up the tower, gets up to the top, and he's trying to help this girl fall backwards and help her, expedite her off the tower. And I wasn't up there, so I didn't see exactly what happened. But in helping her fall backwards, she grabbed him and pulled him off the tower. And he died. He didn't make it. Because he wasn't doing his job. When you run up to the top of the tower, when you're up at the top of the tower, normally you would tie yourself off. So if something like this happens, even though you may be pulled off the tower a little bit, you're right there so you can climb back on. Well, in his running up to the tower, inserting himself in the situation, he didn't do that. And he was pulled off the tower. Now, hopefully, as leaders in Toastmasters, you're not going to lose your life because you did something wrong or didn't do what you were supposed to do. But you've all been, well, I think you might have been. I have been to Toastmasters where I literally just wanted to poke my eye out and get out of there. Because it didn't flow good. It just didn't flow right. And we can all think of, who's NBA fan? Anybody NBA fans besides just me? Can you think of an NBA player who is considered top-notch, that no matter what team he goes to, he doesn't excel? The team doesn't excel. Does anyone come to mind?
Chrome alone.
What did you
say?
Maybe Durant, but he wasn't winning with Oklahoma, so that's why he changed teams.
Okay, but he won.
He's fantastic.
So you can't blame him for that. You can't think of someone else who has moved several times but has never really made the team a better team?
He has moved but hasn't made the team better? Oh, I thought you were asking a different question.
No.
No. He made the team better.
I don't know the bad players.
Carmelo Anthony is who I'm thinking of.
Who?
Carmelo Anthony. He was in Denver, didn't do well. I mean, he's a good player. He just doesn't make the team better. Another one could be Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins. But if you work as a team, things are just so much better. And if you function as a good team, it just makes a difference. I think this club functions as a really good team, and it's night and day from a couple of the clubs that I've been to. The keys to having good teamwork that I think are: one, commitment. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Nothing makes me more upset than if someone says they're going to do something and then they don't do it. I don't mind if they don't do it, just don't say you're going to do it. Number two, communication. If you don't have good communication as a Toastmasters leadership team, things don't get done because I thought Julie was going to do it, but she didn't know that she was supposed to do it, and so it doesn't get done. And then follow up and follow through. So if I was to follow up with Julie, hey Julie, did you get that done? Then it helps her to follow through. So follow through as a team. I think teamwork is very important when it comes to functioning as a good Toastmasters club. Thank you.